What's up everyone, Super Auto Gaming here, and today I buy every honey. Now this challenge was significantly harder than all the other I buy everything challenges have been. This was seriously hard. It took me, I think, about 10 attempts I tried on free to play because I thought free to play would be better. It has horse, turkey, fly, it has the summon helpers. So I was like, okay, I think free to play is the way to do it. And 10 times, nope. I think the best I got was either 8 or 9 wins and an absurd amount of honey. You just always find it, especially in these early turns. It's brutal. So I switched over to pay to win or the expansion, and I was having a lot easier time. It didn't really make a whole lot of sense, especially you'll see that how I do this game, you wouldn't really expect this team to be able to win, but we pull out something a little special. And there, oh, 2 honey, that's the worst thing. I did not want to see 2 honey on turn 3. So I have to freeze them both. But the rules for this challenge are that every honey that I see, I have to buy. I cannot freeze it and roll. I have to buy them before I do anything. And I say before I do anything, I really mean before I roll. So I'm allowed to position units around, buy, sell stuff before I buy the honey, as long as I don't roll it while it's in my shop. So now that we got that out of the way, you can see that I have a lot of honey. I also try to not double up on honey. Like if someone has honey, then I don't want to just honey the same unit. Unless I have 5 honeys, then there isn't a whole lot I can do about that. So we try to keep it a little bit harder around here. You know how it goes. But these games are proving to be hard enough. The problem with honey is that you just see so many of them early, and it destroys your early game. You might be able to get a couple ties or a couple wins because of it, but ultimately it's not that good. Especially when you start buying like 8 to 10 honeys, you don't need that. You don't need all that. So I don't know why the expansion was easier. I guess a good thing is Ladybug. Whenever you buy honey, then you at least get a little bit of a temporary buff. And then Rabbit seemed pretty decent because I'm going to be buying a lot of food. If food related type of stuff, you definitely want a Rabbit. And I'm still allowed to freeze things. If I want it in the shop, I think I should be allowed to freeze it. Pill Turtle, I would definitely like to have a melon armor on something rather than honey on everything. I don't think I'd be able to win if I had honey on everything. That might just be too difficult. And I spend a lot of time thinking about my plays. Like this video is going to be much longer. Because after, my 2 or 3 hours of attempts, I was like, okay, we got to play a little bit slower, a little more methodical, see how we can actually do this. So getting the double rabbit is really nice, and there's going to be a lot of buy selling. You see that I have dog, and I hate dog, but I got it early enough, and I think it will be good enough to scale me, at least to have one good unit. And it's pretty big right now. Hatching Chick really does well here in the early to mid game. It's a very, very good unit for winning rounds. And there's another honey. Who do I put it on now? At this point, it's just like, put it on anyone. It doesn't matter. But yeah, you see I get the 2 extra health from the rabbit for putting honey on. So that's very nice. And then, of course, the 1/1 buff from Ladybug, so it's not awful. This is awful though because I have to buy the honey here, and then I have to run with a 4 squad. But if I've got a rabbit, I would love to freeze a salad. Yeah, I think it's just good enough. Especially if you have a level 2 rabbit, you get +1, +3 twice. That's really good. And thankfully my dog is big enough to carry me through some of this. And our team is not looking good. It is not looking good at all. We have hardly any scaling. The only thing we really have is dog. Hatching Chick is temporary, Ladybug is temporary, and Rabbit is barely doing it for me. So I put the honey on that dog because I didn't want to put it on anything else that already had it. So I thought it'd be funny. Put it on that dog, combine it, get a goat. Thank you. Owl is very, very good with dog. And here I freeze both. I thought about not freezing, but those two are just too good with Rabbit to not freeze. But I definitely try not to freeze both items in the shop as much as I can, because I still want to buy a lot of honeys. But we're up to like 6 or 7 honeys already, which is crazy. We're only at 5 wins, turn 9, and I really don't want to see any more. I would be perfectly fine if for the rest of the game we saw no more honeys, but that's not how the world works. The goat actually does pretty well here. I didn't think about picking it up, but I said, you know, I'm going to do a lot of buy selling. I think goat will be pretty nice on the team. And I hardly ever use goat. In this game, you'll see I don't really use a lot of these units. So I also thought the team comp was really cool. Because this is definitely, you'll see by the end of the game, it's a very unique comp. You would not expect it to win. That mosquito hit was rough on the dog. I don't think I had it anyways, but it would have been closer than that. Thankfully, I still have 1 more life left to lose, because I'm going to need it. Chocolate my rabbit. Love to see a level 2 rabbit. Mammoth is good. Yep, buy that other owl. We just buy, sell here. I really don't want to find any more honey, so it's basically the no roll challenge at this point. Just buy everything on the turn that I see it. That garlic is going to be super important too. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but you always want 1 garlic on your team. And it is for very specific comps, so it's not always the best move, but garlic in general I think is really, really good to at least have 1 unit with it. Especially one with high health. So I go absolutely crazy here. Mushroom, chocolate, the mammoth. And then I see this. You could say, what? Yeah, we might as well just pill it now. Get it over with. So now it's a 1-1. I'm not chili dodging at the moment, but what can you do? At this point, I have to be so greedy that I cannot chili dodge. And I don't even think I'm going to freeze that melon. I don't think at this point melon doesn't really matter. I've got the 1 melon on the dog, the 1 garlic on the goat. Nothing's going to go on the mammoth. Boom, breaks that melon. That was really good too. I'll probably keep honey on either the rabbit or the ladybug, and then steak will go on either one of those two. Probably not the mammoth. And sushi with a level 2 rabbit is actually insane if you think about it. Because that's 3 plus 1 plus 3. So plus 3 plus 9 in stats. So good. So good. And then of course Ladybug always gets the +1/+1 temporary. Yep, I think we just have to chili. I'm not rolling 3 times to risk finding another honey. But you can see I'm playing a lot slower, a lot more methodical. I really have to think about every roll, everything that I buy. And we lose here. This is really rough. Down to my last life. And there's another honey. You see me like go crazy over it. I'm like, no, I don't want that. I end up putting it on the mammoth because I don't even care. I'm not replacing any of the other 3, and I didn't want to put it on the ladybug. We get out of there, we sell it. I actually spent like 45 seconds thinking about that play just to sell it after ultimately. But we pick up an eagle here. I think that'll be good, and we go absolutely crazy with this eagle. This whole game was just pure greed. Like, and I'm like, yeah, okay, let's just pill it now. It don't matter. And we get another mammoth out of it. Like, thank you. That's exactly what I wanted. It didn't need to be a 310. I was fine with it being a 1-1. But we get him back. This is why you need the garlic. These teams right here destroy you if you don't have a garlic. Like, I'm pretty sure I would have either lost or tied if I didn't have a garlic here. And that's exactly why you need it. It is beautiful for these teams. And we see another honey, so you know what? You know where that goes. Straight onto the mammoth. And I froze a salad at turn 13, which was funny. But it's good enough. It's almost better milk. Very close. But somehow we are doing it. And I finally decide to start chili dodging with Rabbit at the second position. I think that's very good. And we just barely beat this guy. Ladybug carry, of course. So here we are, 15th turn, 9th win. Can we pull it out? I don't want to see another honey this round. So I think we're just going to buy everything that we see here. You know what? Yeah, end with the level 2 goat. That'll be fine. And I definitely should count how many honey that we bought in this game, but I'm pretty sure it was quite a bit. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed so much. This was really fun. I was really glad that I was able to do this. And it was really cool. So I hope y'all liked the video, subscribe, and you know what? Have a great day.